This is News Now, coming to you live from our studios. I am Frank Omalape. The Nigerian Bar Association has condemned the posting of the federal government on its Naira redesign policy. The association, in the statement signed by its president Yakubu Yao, is demanding compliance with the judgment of the Supreme Court delivered on March 3rd, which extended legality of old notes to the end of December 2023. The association disclosed that in the wake of the Naira redesign policy, it engaged in broad consultations with critical stakeholders in the country in order to assess the possible impact of the policy on the economy and the people of Nigeria. The body of lawyers said, incidentally, the CBN's cash swap program, which took effect on 23rd January this year, has not addressed the concerns of Nigerians post 31st January. The statement noted that it is sad and disheartening that the federal government and its agency, the Central Bank of Nigeria, will remain adamant about the plight of Nigerians as a direct consequence of the implementation of the Naira redesign policy. It said this is in spite of several interventions for review in order to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians, leading to the demanding or damning remarks and orders by the Supreme Court. And now the governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, has urged residents of the state to transact with the old Naira note and report banks that refuse to accept the notes. Making the announcement on his Facebook page on Monday, Soludo noted that the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Govt, confirmed to him that commercial banks could dispense and accept old notes from customers. He said commercial banks have been directed by the Central Bank to dispense old currency notes and to also receive the same as deposit from customers. The governor added that tellers at commercial banks to generate the code for deposit, and there is no limit to the number of times an individual or company can make deposit. Soludo said Emefiele personally confirmed to him during a phone conversation on Sunday night that the CBN gave the directive at a bankers committee meeting held on Sunday 12th March 2023. He said residents should report any bank that refuses to accept deposit of the old note, as the Anambra State government will not only report such a bank to the CBN, but will also immediately shut down the defaulting branch. And in the meantime, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has dismissed allegations that he had launched a fresh plot against the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A media platform had earlier reported that 500 million Naira windfall was mobilized through high-level CBN agents in Lagos State. The report added that the money was described as Oga's own contribution to the takeover Lagos from Tinubu's influence, now that he has become the president-elect and will be relocating to Abuja. The reaction of the Central Bank of Nigeria was contained in a statement on Monday signed by the bank's acting director of corporate communications, Isa Abdul Mumun, and titled Emefiele launches fresh plot against President-elect Tinubu. The bank also denied the allegations in the report that he made a certain amount of money available to the gubernatorial candidate of Labour Party in Lagos State, Gbadebo Road's Vival. He said this story is completely false and malicious, as the governor does not know and has never met or even spoken with Gbadebo Road's Vival, either in person or through proxy. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the February 25 presidential and National Assembly election, Peter Obi, has said that he is challenging the process leading to the declaration of the president-elect Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress as the winner of the election, and not the declaration itself. Last month, the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Tinubu the winner of the election, but Obi is challenging the result in court, alleging irregularities by the Electoral Commission. Consequently, the Court of Appeal granted leave to Obi to have access to all the sensitive materials used by INEC for the election. But on Saturday, the Labour Party accused INEC of not allowing Obi's lawyers access to the materials despite the court ruling. Speaking in a chart on Monday, Obi said he is not interested in challenging the outcome of the election, but the irregularity of the process. He said INEC, as a public institution, should always submit itself to scrutiny from Nigerians. Still on court matters, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Monday reserved judgment on the Osun State governorship appeal filed by Governor Ademola Adeleke. The appeal filed by Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party is against a judgment of the tribunal, which invalidated his election as governor of Osun State. The three-member panel of justices led by Justice M.F. Shuaibu began sitting on the appeal earlier in the day, while Adeleke is the appellant. Oyetola and the All Progressives Congress are first and second respondent in the appeal. The Independent National Electoral Commission and the PDP are also joined as third respondent and fourth respondent, respectively. The Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal had on January 27th voided the July 16th, 2022 election that produced Adeleke of PDP as the elected governor. The panel led by Justice Tsitsi Kume in its judgment held that the governorship election was characterized by overvoting and that after deducting the excessive vote, the figure Oyetola polled at the election was more than that of Adeleke. And now, following the recent sack of the State Executive Council of Accord Party in Oyo State, the national leadership of the party on Sunday inaugurated a 5-man caretaker committee for the party. The national chairman, Mohammed Nalado, was represented by the national legal advisor, Maxwell Ngudem, and the national vice chairman, Southwest, Dokun Babarinde, condemned the action of the sacked ESCO, noting that the party is known for its integrity and unity of mission. The national leadership took the decision to dissolve the group following the open endorsement of Governor Seyi Makinde of the People's Democratic Party as its preferred governorship candidate against the party's candidate Adebayo Adelabo for Saturday's March 18th election. The inaugurated committee is led by Alhaji Isiaka Salami as chairman, Bashiru Ayobami as secretary, with 3 others as members. The committee is to oversee the affairs of the party pending when the state congress elections will be held. The inauguration, which was held at the party's new state secretariat, Okeado Ibadan, was attended by party leaders from across the state. Speaking before the inauguration, the national legal advisor said it was shameful for a group of people to constitute themselves against the decision of the party, promising to sanction them according to the party provisions. Speaking earlier, the party's governorship candidate Adebayo Adelabo said the betrayal was not unexpected but never acceptable, expressing shock that some individuals could turn to political jobbers for selfish gains and lack of faith in the vision and mission of the party in the state. Speaking on behalf of the new ESCO, in his acceptance speech, the chairman, Salami, pledged the loyalty of the ESCOs to the national leadership and members of the party and all the candidates in the state.
The candidate lost because of Asiwaju's tsunami. Not because you are not popular, not because you are not competent, not because they did not spend money, not because they did not campaign. After the election, these people sold us out. Yes. They sold us out. I will not be specific because I was not there. The one will make a party chairman who never attended our campaign. Did he attend our campaign? No. That you wanted to declare your support for the incumbent governor, Seyi Makinde, after collecting all the money for the forms, Abi? Yes. After collecting all the money we gave to the association, to the party, and after spending so much for campaign. Who does that? That's an act of betrayal. It's an act of backstabbing.
I am not here on my own. I am standing before you on the authority of the National Working Committee of Accord and our national chairman. They sent me to let people know that the actions of the previous ESCO of Accord is completely condemnable. Accord solidly stand behind our candidate. not only the governorship candidates, but all candidates contesting the election under accord in Oyo State and all over Nigeria. Because we so much believe that in this 2023, the next forthcoming election, that our God is going to produce a governor in Oyo State.